back over to Robert's now, as you can see. That's not Robert's crank on the bench here, that's Richard's crank. I know it's a bit confusing because the names start with an R, and they're both Mark 3 horses, but Robert's is still in the crank down there, which we don't need to be disturbed like that, as I said before. Leave that completely built up because he can then sell that as a complete built unit. So we'll use Richards because I've stripped all that out because I showed you all the valves and the piston skirt missing and all that sort of stuff. What we're going to show you now is Arrow Precision crank. So this is a fully steel Arrow Precision crank without the pickup there for the balance shaft side of it, that big gear sprocket. Alright, that is not on there, so just a quick gander. So we've got to dummy fit this anyway. So that just shows you, as you can see there, like the, you know, in the like transport box with paper or whatever. I've got to clean all that up, and then as you can see, look, it ain't there, it's gone. All right. So you've got that end there, which is it's around the way, and you can so around the other way, look, there. So yeah, on the flying end, just the same. And then as you can see, look, you would have it there, it's gone. So good way, and that's, so I haven't weighed it yet, but Arrow telling me that that's 4 kilos lighter than that one. All right, it's an OE crank, brand new OE crank, and then that's machined off and it's lightened and rebalanced and all that sort of stuff. So it's already steel, so there's no need for them to create a brand new steel one. What's the point? Because it's already steel, isn't it? So all they do is just modify it so that you get that lightness, etc, etc. Right, so what I'm going to do then is clean it all up, and then I'll put it on the bench so you can see it next to it, and then we'll do that now actually. While we're messing around doing that, I'm cleaning up a minute, I'm doing a dummy fit on it anyway. All that paper on there, something, eh? Right, let's not worry about that. That's all like for a minute, yeah. And then we'll put it on there, look. Next to that one. Oh, the same place. There we go. Look. And then you can see quite clearly where that one would have been. All right, but not anymore. All right. So that there just shows you the difference, really. You know what I'm saying to me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, then yeah. Alright. So you can see that it's still got the right different identifications on it, you know, like EJ7, that's all the same to me, innit? Format company. We spin it round. We've got other bits on it, but obviously don't forget Arrow Precision completely modified this crank. They just whipped the balance shaft pickup, hopefully. You can quite clearly see.
Yeah.
It's completely re-engineered, isn't it? Because this is missing now, yeah. So, what are you thinking? You thinking that's cool?
Yeah, it looks much. You know, it does its purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, and 4 kilos lighter. So you get rid of that because you don't need that because he's got the balance shaft delay in the, which is around there, innit? We've got our own now. Baffled sump, balance shaft delete. It'll be a lot lighter, quicker response time, rev a bit quicker. Just all adds to it being more responsive, really. So I'm going to clean that up, and then I'm going to drop it into the block. As you can see, I've just dropped in the oil spray jets in there, and then we'll drop them in, just dummy build it, just to make sure everything's a-okay. That's what I do anyway, and then we'll start cracking on in there, get them all put back together. So, do you want to see? Right, so I've now got rid of the brown transit paper.
It's like grease paper on it. Stuff you put in the oven.
You're right. Yeah, comes off quite easy actually, a bit of brake cleaner or whatever. So, but that's all going to be lubed up anyway with, we use proper engine assembly lube, the green stuff, the old American stuff. It's Lucas stuff, I think. Not the Lucas, the UK Lucas, but the Lucas engine, like racy division. Alright, but as you can clearly see, look. So I was just pointing out to Timmy we just briefly touched on it earlier on, and I said, look, I'll catch up and talk about it when we continue the vid. So we talked about obviously the gear wheel here for the balance shaft to pick up, which has been deleted, but these counterweights, because that's what they are, they're just counterbalance weights, as you can see. So on the Arrow Precision one, right, so that one's gone, and that one's gone to me. Yeah, we got these two, and then move on, that one's gone, and obviously that's gone. That's why it's 4 kilos lighter. But then if you look at it, look, the way that they balance it, obviously that has to be then rebalanced, because how would you can't just take it off and put it in the car. It needs to be rebalanced. Hence why, if you look at here, look, there's different holes drilled there, look, semi-deep, deep, and then you go around here, there's 2 on there, that hasn't got any, and then you got 2 there, so it's all has to be fully balanced. You've got to, well, to be able to do that, you've got to have the gear and knowledge and know what you're doing. Obviously Arrow Precision, that's what they do. They actually create crankshafts from a solid bit of billet, so they've got the most advanced equipment that you can get, hence why it's pretty straightforward for them to do that. So yeah, so it is completely different. So when people say, oh, we don't change the crank for it, so it is based on the original, which you can see there, the stock one, but it's completely different in a way as well, isn't it? Because just by looking at it and the way it's been. So that's why I said that's gonna, there's a weight saving there, and it's gonna be much more responsive, I would say. First one I fitted, one's going to Roberts, Richard's having one as well. It'll be quite a popular thing. So yeah, that's what it was. So let's move on and get him test fitted to me.